Live.
Yay, we're live.
Oh, good. I'm tickled. I'm so glad. Can we see that here, sweetie? And the volume's just on the top. And the minute that I can see us, I'll be just feeling so relieved. Oh, how
Oh my
beautiful.
goddess.
Oh, good. I'm tickled. Hi. I'll be turning that down in just a moment, but we put in some new audio. There we go. Good. So, sweethearts, this is the most lucky seven of all things we could ever divine, isn't it?
Praise, yes. That 7777777 portal magic has been so open, so profound today.
It was a kind of a combination. It created its own meeting, is that show? Oh, so it didn't utilize, it looks like, the meeting. Is that okay?
Yeah, hopefully folks will come over here. Let me make sure. Let me see. Let me click on it.
That's too bad because we
Oh
had
yeah, we have
look.
some friends already in the chat.
Good. Thank you, sweethearts. Thank you so much for being here and thank you for liking the video. I will move over the whole description of the video so you'll have all the clickable links for Edgar's incredible YouTube channel. That is its own just lucky sevens of cornucopia of incredible treasures.
Yeah.
We have learned so much, and I feel like sevens are all about learning.
Oh my gosh.
We've come through that early space in the tarot of the aces where we begin, and then we've gotten beat up a little bit in life, and we've gone through the trauma of the fives, and now we're building back up again, but we can remember where we've been. And so sevens are for wildcats.
Yes, yeah. And I feel like combined with the energy of this, waning crescent moon in Gemini, there is like such a flow of energy that's moving all these wildcats. And I hope all the wildcats are coming here into this stream and
Yeah.
really want to welcome them all here to this space that we're all holding here together tonight.
Well, thank you for being here, sweethearts. My name is Angela, and my pronouns are she, they, and ever expanding and ever obliterating any boundaries and any binaries. And I am thrilled to be beaming to you. And the very first time I've ever had a live guest on my YouTube channel from the unceded and stolen land of the very much active, living, thriving Tongva people who will get their land back.
Yes.
And if it's the last thing I do. And I'm just so thrilled to have our beloved Edgar Fabian Frias here with us today. And Edgar, please introduce yourself and then we'll get into our spell. I literally have a 77-minute timer right now. I'm excited to hold this portal in its intention, no matter
Yes.
how we find each other through our fancy link or not. This is still a huge achievement for me and my family. And thank you so much, Edgar, for saying yes. I'm so glad that you were open to this offer to come and help amplify your magic,
Oh my God,
especially with
X.
folks subscribing to your channel.
Thank you so much, Angela. What a blessing, what a gift to be able to, move into the nest that is your channel here on YouTube and to really feel the love of the community here in this space because I'm just feeling so held by everyone. And it is such a gift, such an honor, such a blessing for this historic moment, that we're beaming live together. And I think that is really special. And of course, as you were naming that wildcat, that seven magic, it's such a special day. And I feel like all of us who are here together today are, really feeling that, Gemini energy, that waning crescent moon energy. There's kind of, for me, it feels like a mixture of slowness and quickness at the same time. I'm being pulled inward as I'm also being pulled towards the collective as well. There's yeah, such a liminal space. And I think it's so beautiful for us to get together to create an offering for our community. And Such a blessing and a gift to open up these portals, because I think you and I have both witnessed what emerges from these
So true.
spaces.
Something so special about this moment is that Edgar and I are up the same coast and I'm down the coast from Edgar. So Edgar, if you would like to do a land acknowledgement and to state your pronouns as they are today, that'd be so awesome.
Oh, yes, definitely. Yes. So my name is Edgar Fabian Frias. I use they, them pronouns, and I am on the unceded yet soon to be returned land of the Ohlone people here in the Bay Area. And I'm, yeah, so honored to open up the 777777 portal. Oh my goddess, yeah, and just so blessed to be weaving together our YouTube channels and also playing with these spaces in ways that are so emergent and authentic and honest, and we can really, bring people into the process to let them know that we can all be wildcats in these spaces.
Yes. So in my spaces, always, always, we light a candle. So burn it if you got it in any way that makes you feel so good. I strike this wooden match, and my sweetheart Boone will hold this open for me. Here you go, sweetie. Hold the top ring right there, honey. Thank you so much. And I light our candle to alert our spirit guides that we're here, we're open, we're listening, and we're ready to receive the messages that are meant for us. If you have a ritual candle to burn tonight, please do so. Fire is so complicated in the 777777 portal
Yes.
because up the coast where we are, this is the beginning of fire season, and we've already seen things happening all across the West where we live. So burn your candles really consciously and in incredible gratitude. And I've got a lot of sand in the bottom of my hurricane lantern right now as I'm holding space for the magic of sand and the way sand creates available space for new growth, just like our waning moon phases do. This is all about the void, what we're releasing, the open space that we can see, what we know we seek, what is missing that we're calling into our lives. So I'll keep this hurricane lantern going overnight safely with lots of sand in the bottom of it. Edgar and I worshiped the void for the first time together last year during the pandemic.
Yes.
We gathered in what we called holding the void, and it was very much that emergent magic that both of us really respect about each other and in other artists and other mystics and other witches. We love it messy. We love it undone. We love it unknown. And in this time, in this waning moon time, we'll be exploring that tonight, what the possibilities are that come after the loss, that come because there's desire, because there's space, because we let go of the pain, because we were harmed. What space is available now for what we've learned about ourselves and what we choose? So we've got some cool things for you. If it's okay, before we get started, I want to thank everybody that gave us a nice contribution for the PDF that Edgar and I created. I'm really proud of that work. It's hosted on my website if you're still interested in receiving that. It's available with a sliding scale to go as low as $7.77. And I will be, after this broadcast, collecting this spell that's going to live on my channel, and I'll email everybody one by one that purchased so they can have a really solid link to the spell here tonight. You'll be able to see the chat in that too, and you will be able to have a fresh PDF with all the links live and all those fun technologies that just gave us those wildcat feelings all day. I love working with Edgar. Edgar, you are a treasure in the cosmos. And the brew that I created in our PDF is specifically about worshiping cosmic energy, specifically through the Pleiades, or the seven sisters that are in our night sky, and the way that all over the earth we can see the Pleiades, and all these different cultures had relationships to the Pleiades that meant different things. It signaled to many indigenous cultures when to plant whenever the Pleiades wouldn't show any longer in the sky. So seeds were planted. So I had to use anise in the brew. So there was a big handful of seed-like structure, and it turned out really super delicious. If you're interested in that, you can purchase the PDF from us. And thank you so much to everybody that supported our magic in that way.
Yes.
The cosmic energy of sevens cannot be overlooked. Edgar created the most incredible tarot spell for us. And we also want to embody this magic in a new and special way. So there'll be times where we can have some slow magic tonight, where we can connect with sounds and sensuality that go beyond instruction, that go beyond a teacher and student binary, that hook us into each other's visions for our interdependence.
Yes, yes. I feel that interconnectedness happening. I feel the group coming together here in this space, in my body, in my spirit. We're all holding space here for each other. And I'm so, so grateful for your witch's brew. I'm gonna take a sip also because I've been so excited to taste it.
My loves, please tell me that you've got something delicious to drink out there. You know, you don't need anything. These tools are so lovely to connect with, especially when we bring in the incredible knowledge and wisdom from plants and flowers.
Yes.
And also know this, if you have nothing, you have your body. So let's raise a glass and set our intention for this session on our tongue. If you're here with us live, fabulous. If you're visiting later, fabulous. Know that your intention for this moment is everything. It's stardust, and place it on your tongue now. Let's raise our ritual glass of whatever you got. And we'll swallow together 3 times. We'll delight in the sounds of our body. And we'll delight that we're all interconnected in that swallowing spell. Gorgeous. Beautiful. One last one.
Oh my goodness. Oh, so amazing. That anise really gives it.
I don't need it. It does. It hits different in the back of the tongue, doesn't it?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm so grateful for that wisdom that you just shared about the Pleiades and the Cosmic Seven. I feel like there is so much that's been woven into this offering that we have here tonight. I'm really called to share a little bit about what really made me connect with spider energy in the tarot spread. I feel waning moon times really connect with spider magic, and I'm someone who's really, really communed with spider and has received so many blessings from spider. And my people, the Mirarica in Mexico, they really see the spider as creating sacred space, a sovereign sanctuary. And I really connect that so much with the number 7. It is about structure. It's about, the things that hold us together, the ways that the world gets organized. I think about, the rainbow magic, the 7 colors of the rainbow. I have a rainbow here that I wanted to share. So the 7 colors, the 7 days of the week. There's so many places where 7 really shows us a structure and organization. And, you know, in the beautiful origin stories of my people, the spider really created a structure with the web. And that Takutsi Nakawe, which is our great mother creator, really brought forward this knowledge from spider and helped create all life on earth. And so in many ways, spider is really behind creation, behind structure, and also allows us to create a space where we can really stand in our power and really hold ourselves in a sovereign space. And I think that's also another energy. I feel really called to read a little bit from the Moon book tonight.
Thank you.
From the Divine Seraphic Goddess Diener.
Yes.
I just feel called to share a little bit. It's from page 188. Just thinking about the energies that we're sitting with here tonight. So when you are in a waning moon phase, when you are in a waning moon phase, you have crossed the threshold of questioning and are seated in the realm of your own wisdom. There is a calm confidence that comes with the knowledge you possess. The doubt has stopped thrashing about in your nervous system. Your intuition has become your anchor. When you are in a waning moon phase, one or more areas of your life are ready to be revised. Something needs to change. Even if you don't know exactly where you are headed next, you know you cannot stay where you are. And so you pull out the scrolls of memory and reread them. Your regret points the way towards what you know you must be finished. You will need time. You will need distance. You will need space. Let yourself have all 3 components of this slow, holy trinity. When you're in the waning moon phase, harmful parts of your ego dissolve as you break up with your own bullshit. If you've done the processes of the previous lunar phases by the waning moon, you've gained a fundamental acceptance. You're cool with how powerful you are. You get it. You get that it might be of you and it might be help you, but it isn't for just you. You've got your marching orders and you're proceeding confidently. Playing small doesn't work anymore. It isn't a part of your paradigm. So just, yeah, really
Thank
feeling
you
called to
so
share
much.
that.
That's our poetry. That's our poetry to start our gorgeous spell. So beautiful.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm so grateful to Sarah. And that's also definitely been a big part of the spell. And, again, I shared with you earlier, Angela, how conscious the Moon Baby Magic Tarot deck is and how much it speaks with you. And it really spoke with me as I was working with the deck. And it told me that it wanted to create a structure for
Wow.
us to pull some cards within. And that's why we ended up choosing a structure. So if you get the PDF, you'll see the structure that we created with the Divine Moon Baby Magic Tarot deck. And then within that structure, we pull 3 cards. And that's definitely something that we'll be doing a little bit later.
I love the mystery in the middle. It's just the chewy center. It's the hope that comes with experience, that you know that all the phases and the changes are the
Right.
treasure. So
Yes, the chewy treasure.
yes, I'm just writing a little note in our chat, and then we'll call in the corners in just a moment, my loves. This is so great to see everybody in the chat. I just
Oh my
love
gosh.
so much. Edgar and I really, really love working together. And we really, really love our community so much. And we have been through so much in these last years together. I feel like since I met Edgar in the flesh at their Perpetual Flowering solo show, so many things have emerged and they were going really, really fast before the pandemic. And there's something about the pandemic that just brought our magic in a deeper rooted space. We got into
Yeah.
the mystery that you can't see. The underworld called us. And I'm looking at all you glorious honeys in the chat who have been with us every step of the way. and
Right.
it moves me. It's just gorgeous. So I'm going to finish my note to everybody, and then we'll call in the corners. Okay, sweethearts?
Ah, warms my heart to have everyone here. And I cannot see the chat right now, but just know that I'm sending all of you so much love. So grateful that you're here and that you're in this portal, jumping in with us. As we know, we are all ascending together, and we're really, yeah, multiplying, transforming, mutating. And it is such a blessing to witness it. And I've definitely witnessed it with you also, Angela. Since, oh my God, since we've met, just kind of getting to this point where we're able to come together on your channel and all the things that you've really helped me learn about YouTube and yeah, about this space and about the wonderful community and just really witnessing you as someone who brings people together, really holds people, really moves with them, and also moves through so much. And, just thinking about all the communities and the people and the spaces that you connect with. It's such a gift to witness that growth. And I think every time I see you kind of reach that next level and that next level, and it just warms my heart so much. And I just know that we're both following that sacred intuition and that guidance that we've been receiving to move into these roles.
It's just so right that we began in this conversation about pleasure at the very beginning of lockdown, which was a very loose and unique conversation that both of us developed more and more in our personal works. And we saw our community really take on pleasure throughout the pandemic.
Right.
And then getting into our Holding the Void fundraiser that we created for, it was for the girls, right? Wasn't that
Mm-hmm.
for our trans folks at the front
Mm-hmm.
lines protesting?
Yeah.
And the community that was created through that was something else. And now it's so perfect that we're celebrating Sacred 7 now, which is about possibilities,
Right.
open space. In that waning moon, no more bullshit, no more playing small. Really being here for ourselves so we can make that sacred contribution to community, come what may. Not only can you not see the chat, but literally 2 minutes before the broadcast and our spell, because my family's so generous, I got locked out of every single account that I have because they were so busy trying to email everybody the link, and we were having so much fun thinking we were going through this different portal. It doesn't matter. I feel like sevens are for just resetting.
Right.
Waning moons are for resetting and wildness and creating space for new things different than the ace does. It gets you into almost like that discomfort of the creating space for more.
Yeah, and I think one thing that 7 really helps us connect with is our inner power, our inner wisdom, our inner strength, that passion that's within. And so I think one of the really incredible things that I want to invite all the beautiful people that are here with us is to really let yourself tune in. And as we're moving through the directions and moving into this spell work that we're going to do tonight, just take a moment and listen to what is emerging inside of you. And so I'm definitely along the way going to be through my own movements, inviting stillness, soft and slow, playful movement, and also moments of just interior exploration, moving into that cave as we go within and then pop back out and join each other here in this space, knowing that we can weave those webs as well as we move through these dimensions and open up these sacred portals.
Beautiful. So, because every Google Doc is just gone, I have entered the void. I have nothing but my wildness now.
Yes,
And
praise.
so, yes, praise. Edgar and I can call in the corners, and I would love it if we did it in that weaving way, because we're creating that spider's web now to
Yeah.
collect, to hold our community, to have that sticky structure that holds on to our blessings. And I will embody the direction of north. And then I know Edgar can take it from there to east, and we'll go back and forth. So that calls us now, with the direction of north, the element of earth, home to our flesh, home to our bones, home to our body. So move in any way, every way, all the forbidden ways, all the magical ways that your body calls you to right now. I can't sit still, so I move a lot. And I'm inviting you to do that now, to embody the cave, the mystery of your body, to all those structures, to the forbidden sounds, to the unique aromas, the places, everything about you that's emerging, everything about you that's sloughing off and dying is the spell, is sacred. So be with your body now in any way you're able. And just hold yourself. Touch your body in all the ways right now. Touch your face. Touch your throat. Touch your heart. Touch your belly. Touch your gorgeous, generous thighs and move down your legs. If it's at all possible for you to touch your feet, do that now. And in doing so, we call on the guardians of the watchtowers of the North Earth. Be here now.
Yes. For air, the sacred direction of the east, I would love for us to play with our mouths, our noses, allow some air to move through our bodies. Yes, take a deep breath. Let yourself feel that movement from the air as it expands, as it is mutable. Yes, let the air move to the space that you're in. Let it move through your body. Let yourself move into the cave as you bring the air down into the earth, coming back up. Guardians of the watchtowers of the east, be here now.
Be here now. Hold my gaze. Feel your passion and my passion. Hold my gaze. Serpent gaze. Wild gaze. The gaze of fire from my heart, fire from my wounds, fire from your heart, fire from your wounds, fire from your joy, fire from your unbridled energy that you are not supposed to hold. The energy that frightens others. The energy at the root of your body, where we encounter the direction of south, the element of fire. Make serpent sounds with me. Hold my gaze. Serpent on your tongue, on my tongue. Speaking the truth, shrieking the truth, whispering the truth, living the truth in our body and our blood. Raise the energy, raise the sound, raise the energy, raise the energy, raise the sound, raise the energy. Hear yourself, feel yourself. Hold my gaze, hold this energy. Guardians of the watchtowers of the south, fire. Be here now.
Be here now. I'm going to have some sacred henbane essence, which feels very apt for tonight, as a way to bring in some water into my being and to channel some of this henbane medicine through the group, and also, of course, some of this cosmic witch's brew. Yes, water west. I'm going to invite us to drop down into the well, into the depth, into the void. Take a moment, let yourself feel the density, the fluidity, the pressure, the memory, the connection of water. an infinite potential in the void. Let yourself start to move as you feel some currents of water start to move you back upward, feeling the movement of the water as it moves you back out from this void, out into the light, weaving back and forth. You emerge and you feel the sun. You become a part of the ocean. Expansive, you wrap around the earth. Feel your connection to all life on earth. Feel your connection to time and space. And now we're going to let the water start to move back and forth as we gently feel ourselves moving around in the water, feeling the life that's in the water. We start to come back here into this space. We are being held gently, lovingly by this water as we move in whatever way feels the best. Guardians of the Watchtower of the West, be here now.
Here now. We coil now like that sacred serpent into the center of our altar, our body. That is your body and my body commingled in love, needing each other, creating our lives together, being each other, and being spirit. If you have any object handy that you feel embodies spirit, especially any kind of a bell, hold that in your hand now. Spirit of life, be here now. Spirit that's hard and soft, spirit that is ever-changing, spirit that is you, spirit that is stardust and mystery, as vast and uncontained as every grain of sand, every star in the sky. We are now between worlds and beyond the veils, and it is more precious to me than ever before. If you would like to share your intention in the chat, if you have a special petition that you'd like to share in the chat, we very much welcome that and would love to hold each other's magic in this way. And I'll do that too. I'm sorry that you can't see the chat, Edgar, and I'm also feeling like we have different kinds of blindness in the way this happened. Like things needed to just be obliterated. I can see anything but the chat, and you can probably see deep into that spider energy.
Oh my goddess. Yeah, we're each holding different parts of this beautiful web. Yeah, feeling the groove here, ever so present in my being. And I feel like the chat is running through in my heart.
At some point, I would love to share with you some of the folks that are here, sweetheart.
Oh, please.
So I'll write my intention in, and if you feel like you would like to share out loud what kind of petition or intention or prayer that you have right now, I don't want you to feel any pressure, and I know you know that. So don't feel like you have to state it out loud. Thank you, sweethearts. Thank you, Chloe Ann, for being here, sweetheart. I love your red hearts. And thank you, Ever, for being here. I love you so much, both of you. My goodness. Hello, Hannah Smith. Thank you so much for stating these gorgeous words in the chat. When are they going to create technology where I can hear you? I'd love to have you unmic and tell me what you wrote. Hannah Smith, LaFriends, thank you for being here. Yes, the chartreuse field is feeling very wild and Gemini moon. Edgar and I planned none of this, and I think that our backgrounds look delish together.
It's our psychic planning, right?
Yes. Just gave us a gorgeous red heart. It's so beautiful to see you. Thank you for being here.
Thank you.
My goodness, we love you. And Adelaide Hanson, thank you so much for being here. I'm glad you popped in. Thank you.
Thank you.
Kelleblin, we love you, Kelleblin. My goodness.
So much love for our community. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here.
So special. Moira, we love you. Claire, we love you. Hello, Silas Monroe. It's lovely to see you. And Sister Sirius, love you so much. And Zanetta, Sound Art Magic is here.
Gosh, so many friends.
Sunshine is here. Oh, so much. Sandra Solano, we adore you. Christine Meyer, we love you so much.
So much love.
Wonderful Boone is right here with me. And Mike and Jason are in the next room. And fabulous Renee of Venturing Forest. Tina P is in the house. It's so good. And Baby Reckons here. We love you, Carrie. Hello, Juliet. Waylon, did I get that right? It's so good to see you, sweetheart. Oh my goodness. I love it all so much. Francisco, we love you just beyond all.
We are so blessed.
So blessed.
Feeling so much gratitude. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I'm feeling the love here of the group, and It is so potent. It is so potent. We are a powerful group here. And I love that we are here in the liminal space together now. And we are woven together. I can feel those beautiful webs joining us all.
The space that you gave us, Edgar, with the water, it reminded me so much of one of our very first spells that we cast here together, you in the chat and me live, from your January many moons lunar planner spell. It was absolutely life-changing. We
Oh my
got to
gosh.
feel into that hydromancy that you brought us. It was just so epic. So thank you so much, Edgar, for just being so amazing always. I'm pulling out the spell elements from
Oh my
Moonbaby,
goddess. Yes.
which, I didn't know till literally yesterday. Four sevens held down the 4 core lunar phases of a full lunation.
Yes.
And that's
Yes.
something that's really like blowing my mind right now, because in my Patreon, we're doing a Ace is the Place spell right now, using the aces. And the aces of Moonbaby Magic Tarot also have the core 4.
Right.
So I'm just like feeling that this 7 portal is pulling us into that infinite love of the 8. So let's
Yes.
really being in this 7 portal while we've got it, because we're
Yes.
pulling through to the 8 very quickly.
Oh my gosh.
It feels
Very quickly.
wild.
Yeah. Yeah. I love this space of 7s.
You too, honey. So I'm getting your spell together. Edgar created our spell today, and it's just so expansive. I have a sense that this will take us through for all of the rest of 2021. It
Yeah.
feels like it's the 7 months coming. It's pretty wild.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's opening up a portal to take us into that next beautiful phase that feels so emergent. And I think, with the chariot on top really guiding, right? Really moving from that space of resourcefulness, of expansiveness, of structure, of solidity that 7 base creates. I think one of the things I love about this tarot deck, one of the many, many things I love, is that it really just works with you. It really speaks with you. And as I was creating this, these cards really came forward and wanted to really play together and create a structure where we can really embody and move through these intentions for the next few months.
Yeah. My keyboard is the altar, and that
Yes.
feels so Gemini. There is so much like air, unlimited possibilities, radical shifts and change, big middle fingers.
And I feel like a lot of multitasking too, which is very Gemini. Like you're working on something and you're also doing a spell.
It's so real. And, Edgar sent me the spell, and my mind was blown, but I was very like, it was spacey right away. And I'd been working on the brew, and it was sort of felt almost like I was in mud. It was very slow, and it felt thick. And the minute I saw the spell, everything changed. And I could see that core 4 of the lunar phases was showing up.
Yeah.
And Tina P knows this because they're working with the Ace is the Place spell that we're working with on Patreon. This is like, are you kidding me? So Edgar quickly rearranged how the lunar phases were in the spell. I just can't even. It's just, there's so much pain and suffering, and there's no way that I will ever deny that. But just the core 4 of the 7s, are telling us a story.
Right.
And I only want to just take up the smallest amount of space to share it with you. This is Zanetta's wisdom that came to me, because Zanetta talked about, when I was on their beautiful Art Witch podcast, to soften is to receive. Thank you, Zanetta. I love you so much.
Love you so
This
much,
Seven of
Zanetta.
Spades shows us that the possibilities inside of just stopping and letting yourself grow, letting the fruit sweeten from the sun, stopping. That's the way to develop.
Yes.
That's the beginning. It's just stopping. That blue field, it reminds me so much of your beautiful spell, Edgar, from January 2020.
Yeah, definitely.
The first quarter moon shows up, and that's the 7 of blades, and that's a super duper Gemini moment, because it's air, blades are swords, and the key word is bypass. And you cannot bypass the rest that you need, that stopping and letting yourself become ripened on the vine. No forcing it, getting the rest when you need it. And then the 7 of lasers shows up, showing you that, yeah, the pain will always be there, and having that courage to keep lighting the fire and celebrating being alive, to live another day, to do the work you were born to do, create the magic you were meant to create, is just so
This makes me think a lot of holding the gaze and the the serpent, just really having that strength and fortitude to continue and to be there present.
And look at your water, sweetheart. I mean, this is you. Water is always you. And I love that you talked about the pressure of water. And look what the oceans are enduring right now. Look at the story that they're holding right now, where they're engulfed in fire.
Yes.
They're carrying that story. They're letting us see ourselves in that reflection. And yet, the abundance that we have, and the way we need to just keep cutting cords with anything that keeps us from our abundance, with anything that creates harm in the world, divesting. This is a huge divesting card.
Yes.
Saying, fuck it, we don't need it.
Yeah, and I think, and also the abundance of the beautiful natural cycles of the earth, the abundance that emerges from the structure that the earth creates so organically, so joyously and playfully. I feel that abundance in that 7 of waves also too.
When we pull waves in this coven, everybody drinks.
Yes.
So that includes swallowing your spit, cuties.
Yes.
Sometimes YouTube gets mad at me when I use the word swallow, so I use it all the time.
That express the swallow spell. Yes. Yeah, such an incredible like grounding storyline that I feel like is really holding this spell that we're casting tonight. And I think it really opens up that sacred space for the Knight of Blades and the Devil to come forward and to play with us tonight, which, yeah, they really wanted to come into this spell, and I'm so grateful for their energy. And I think that's really also a big part of the spell. If you download the PDF, you'll see that there are some guiding questions that really bring in that energy of the kinks and also of the devil, the many beautiful layers of the devil that are coming forward and wanting to also really help us with that growth, that transformation that we've been talking about that's coming in these next few months. We are going to be receiving so much wisdom and guidance from those parts of ourselves that maybe we've cast away, or that we've hidden, or that are so exciting and titillating that you want to just really bring forward into community, into yourself, into your personal practice. There's so many ways to really connect with these energies. And I really feel that tension, that pressure mounting as we're being pulled by that chariot energy too. So there, we need a solid base for the tension of this beautiful structure that is being woven here in this spell.
I'm so just thrilled at your wildness, Edgar, that you brought in, you summoned,
Yes.
you conjured the Knight of Blades and their radical, full-blown, wild run towards that turns them on, their edges, right? And that there's something about that, like mastery that the devil holds.
Yes.
That shows people that look in their own gentle pleasure, being contained by the devil's hold. I am not all about like freaking out about the chains around their neck, because they could leave if they want to in tarot. So the devil has an allure. Yeah. Both of these cards have the waning moon energy. So thank you so much. And so does the chariot. I just love you so much.
Yeah, they really wanted to come forward and be a part of the structure, and I really wanted to honor that in, you know, in their communication and to really hold space for that void, that, you know, crunchy, chewy void magic of the center.
Wild cats.
Yes.
So
yeah.
If anybody wants to share in the chat wisdom of sevens, you know, this is not yet those dog days of summer that come in August. I mean, this is when we have, there's almost a franticness. And when Edgar and I, many weeks ago, talked about creating this work here today, we asked only questions. We created a doc, which I have no access to, and we asked only questions. We kept it so wild and really,
yes.
and we let this happen naturally. And it feels like a story of, like Leah Garza talks about, evolve or be dragged. Is that what Leah says? I don't think I said it. Maybe somebody can quote Leah.
That sounds right.
And I feel like that's the chariot story. That's
oh my
the story of seven.
goddess.
It's like you go towards that which will fatten you in these hot witch summer days, or be dragged, or you're just trying to live somebody else's image of what you need to embody in these times.
Yeah, and I love the energy of being dragged. It's such a submissive energy. It's such a surrendering energy. And it's definitely that surrendering magic that I'm kind of weaving into this spell, is that, you know, there's such a gift and an abundance that does come from being guided, from being led. And there's such a sacred ancestral energy in this spread. And I really feel like those ancestors and those guides are really weaving us into that future, that dimension where we are powerful, we are exploring our kinks, we are capable, we're moving beyond and expanding into other forms of power, of leadership, of interconnection that are going to really open up sacred portals for us. And I'm really, really grateful for the wisdom of the Moon Baby Magic Tarot deck to really guiding this forward and really allowing it to, as you're naming, grow, ferment, be in that cave magic. I really felt like we asked some questions when we first met, and we went into the cave and we let that energy move downward. And I really feel that in this spell as well, there's a sweet surrender. And so really be open to the messages that come forward from that. Ah, yes. Oh my God, X.
You know, I haven't. It's a funny deck. I know somebody that I care about so much that said you can tell it's a Libra deck because it has a lot to say, but I didn't really get into it in a guidebook way, that typical way that it talks. But this is a sexy card, straight up.
Yeah.
The Eight of Blades, subservience, it's allowing yourself to be held. There's a yield to it. There's a way that you can kind of go boneless and let yourself be guided towards whatever erotic is for you. I mean, that takes time. It's an unfurling that happens in its own time. So that doesn't mean it's always slow. It can be just a quick switch. And yes, I'm using the word switch in a sexual way. Explore what that looks like to be a top or a bottom or whatever the fuck, or a sideways or an everything. Explore it. Because nobody's going to explore it for you, honey.
Yeah, and the card that actually came forward here from the shuffling that I've been doing, is the Ace of Waves.
Oh, yummy.
Yes. Cheers.
Good.
And yeah, and just thinking of the generativity of that fertility, right? That exploration, opening up sacred ground, and this structure creating the space for us to explore and then to grow, to really become pregnant with so many ideas and collaborations and connections, to weave together parts of ourselves. There's so much that's wanting to come forward, that's wanting to be birthed, and I think big part of that, is that surrender, is that, as you've been sharing earlier, that we're being slippery, it's a slippery slope towards that 8, right? I feel us like sliding down towards that 8. And and in the same way, I think those generative projects are really going to come through in those moments of surrender and reflection. And so really a way to really sit with the energy also is to really allow it to move into you, allow it to take over you, allow yourself to move into it, let it be a portal. Let yourself stop and surrender to the card.
Yes.
There's so much to emerge from that.
Yeah, it's so real.
Fertile space.
It's as if any of the shoulds are just being like either gently let go of, or they're being ripped from our grip. So how do you want it to be? Like, if you love a struggle, get into it. Make spirit wrestle with you and have it be kind of like a sensuous push-pull. Maybe that's how you like it. Try your hardest to not judge yourself in the end for how it came out.
Yeah, be open to the pleasure and the joy of the experience and the moment. And yeah, and also be open to the process. I think that's also that crunchiness, the chewiness is the beauty of the process, knowing that it's going to have moments of cycles and spirals and reflections. And like any beautiful plant, you're going to grow in directions that might wither away at some point, might sprout another branch. Things might multiply in ways that you could never have imagined. And there's such an expansive drive that the chariot is moving through the world for us. And I think that's also that releasing, that surrendering, that receiving. I love that beautiful message from the 7 of Caves. I'm just really going to sit with that as being a big part of this spread, just spreading open receiving, sitting with, being. Yeah, ripening. I love that so much.
Incredible wisdom is flowing through the chat right now.
Oh my God, it's
Wonderful. Hannah has brought in the child excitement and joy and play of Romper Room.
yes.
For that. Oh, thank you so much. And wonderful Olivia Remijo, who I got to hug on accident the other day, who's
Yay!
Cancer Lava, reminds us that the Chariot card overhead is the representative of the sign of Cancer. We are in Cancer season. And I see some gorgeous like tear emojis and beautiful. Zanetta is talking about feeling tears because they love us both so much. Well,
Oh my
who started
gosh.
it, Zanetta? Zanetta is in our, we could call it a sorority if we want to. We don't need to. But was also in the Many Moons Lunar Planner 2020. There was a medal to the folks that contributed to that, including Glow Maven and so many
Oh
other
my God,
gorgeous
so many
folks.
gorgeous
Oh
beings.
my goodness, don't even get me started with Beth Burrell. Oh my heaven. This Cancer season, we are feeling with such delicacy into this moment. And we really, Edgar and I really wanted to bring in how tender this time is when we're
Yes.
kind of opened up, we're kind of not. There's a really super serious variant of the virus going around. And how right it was, because weeks and weeks ago, Edgar and I didn't know if everybody would just be out streaking in the streets and had no time to be digital any longer, but we were called to do this work. And wouldn't you know, that Delta variant came ripping in. And I just feel so like it's the most Cancer season thing ever, that we're being so tender with each other once again. Doesn't matter if we're vaccinated, wearing masks, whatever, there's still this sort of way that we're bound to each other.
Right.
The devil's story, we're bound to each other.
Yes. Yes.
And we're
That
just
pressure is holding us together.
oh, the pressure. Yes. Thank you for bringing up that pressure. Look at all this action and activity that Edgar placed all around our spell. It's beautiful. The chariot's up top, and the knight, this is how it's structured. The knight is on one side, and the devil is on the other. I mean, this is quite the Bermuda Triangle, quite the love triangle. And Edgar placed some gorgeous cards in the center. If you've got a deck handy, maybe Edgar, if you felt like you wanted to spontaneously do the pull for the center that's available in our PDF, if you want to order that from us. That might be an evergreen little thing that we use to buy our Witch's Brew ingredients.
Definitely. Yeah. We'll pull the third card, which is a card that is laid down horizontal over the two first cards. And so if you definitely download the PDF, you'll see that each card that you pull has a question. And this is the last card that you pull. And I would love to pull that card for us,
Thank you
which
so
is,
much, Edgar.
yeah, thank you. Oh my God, X. The space that we're in, I'm just like floating here.
I mean, look at the color field. It is a Shantae's dream. I mean, very Knight of Blades.
Yes.
Yellow and green.
Yes, yes, I definitely. So much gratitude to Sarah Faith Goddess Diener for her wisdom and for bringing in so much magic that I was so grateful to receive from reading her book that I wove into this spell. Yeah. So the third.
Special.
Yes, thank you so much. Yes, and so special to weave all our magic together. I feel like there's so many people's wisdom and magic that we're weaving into this sacred spell. And yeah, the third card that we're going to pull, the question is, where is the chariot taking you? Where are you taking the chariot?
Oh.
So there's a tug and pull, there's a playful
Mhm.
back and forth, there's a weaving, there's a web that's being woven together. Oh my God, Eggs. And the card that comes forward is the Hierophant.
Oh, come on. Another card of the year. So we're right on time with that sexy push-pull.
Oh my God, Eggs.
We're doing it
Yes.
right.
Yeah, the card of the year, the card that comes, that 5, that sacred change. I think that's like, the Abhidharika really see 5 as kind of the 7, I feel, where 5 is that sacred structure. Also, there are 7 sacred directions for the Abhidharika, and 5 is seen as a number of transformative, powerful change. And so we are definitely slippery, sliding, moving quickly towards radical change. And as you shared earlier, Angela, we've also been through so much pain, through so much loss, so much sadness, and we are in Cancer season. There's so much emotion that is moving through us beautifully, clearing, creating space, helping us nourish and be transformed. And the Hierophant really coming forward is letting us know that we are moving towards the Hierophant, and it is moving us as well. It is guiding us. It is transforming not just us, also the collective. And that's why we're also seeing so much space opening up in spaces where we didn't maybe see it before. And I think that's something that's so exciting, is to see the world with new, or open your third eye, open up your orifices, take the world in whatever way makes sense for you. Let yourself feel it, embrace it. There's a beautiful change that the Hierophant is weaving into our futures. And so grateful for that card to come forward here with the collective all present in this spell.
So amazing. I just want to thank Renee Aventurine Forrest for being such an amazing person. They literally put in the chat to like the video, and I'll remind everybody to please, please
Thank
subscribe to Edgar's
you.
channel. I am fixated on Edgar getting to 1,000 subscribers, because that's very life-changing for we witches and mystics. It is life-changing. It shows us a way that we can sustain ourselves that harms none in many ways. And so thank you for that, Renee. Renee happens to be a teacher and just a precious, precious angel in my life. And
Thank you,
just
Renee.
everybody, there's so many angels in the chat,
I
like
feel the angels.
bugging out. And I have to remind everybody that Zanetta, the art witch themselves, is a
Yes.
Cancer babe.
Yay.
Those are really super
Oh
special.
my gosh. Love you, Zanetta, so much.
We have a few minutes left, and I am just really curious to know where we'll go about, our way in this, because I'm really loving the 77 minutes of the portal. I want to
Yes.
remind everybody to really support Edgar as an artist. Edgar has so many things that have happened since that spell that we cast January 2020, when we
Yes.
had no idea what was coming.
We were, yeah, moving into that void.
The year
And
before that, when I had gone to Perpetual Flowering, their first solo exhibition at the Vincent Price Museum, which is an epic space, part of their work it was like nothing I'd ever experienced. And I grew up in a household of artists, right? And Edgar had a video on the wall of traveling through a river in wild motion. It was just barely contained. And I'm not a super get dizzy person, but I was worried about other people. Are they going to throw up? It was just barely contained, and it was fun, and it was deep, and it was wild, and it was funny, and it was special. It was different. And just that river has just kept flowing and
mm,
flowing. And the wisdom and the knowledge that you're teaching us. I remember in that spell that you cast in January 2020 with us live, you taught us how to say "we Arika." I never knew before that. And so I remember I put a recording into my mic of you saying Wiharika. And I just look how far we've come. You've brought us on that journey, on that wild, dizzying, exciting, slightly out of control, hilarious, beautiful river. I just can only imagine where everything's going for you. You bless us so much. I just feel so grateful and so lucky that you're in my life.
Oh my goodness, Angela, same. I'm so grateful that you're in my life, and I'm so grateful that we have such a loving community that we're a part of, and that we get to just really celebrate each other and be with each other as we move through these cycles, as we flow. And similarly, I'm so grateful to you in seeing the ways that you are transforming consciousness, that you are working the webs, that you are connecting others, that you're connecting your family to others. There's so much that you're weaving in your gargantuan spell that is so exhilarating. And I'm just in awe of the many ways that you just emerge into these spaces, and just so grateful to the community that we're a part of, that embraces us and that connects with us, and that we also get to be inspired by so many beautiful beings. And I just want to take a second to also thank the ancestors for guiding, because I really feel the ancestors present here in this space, and want to thank them for that guidance around, as we've named, art projects and YouTube channels and community engagement. There's so many ways that our ancestors show up, and that they're bringing us together in such beautiful, profound, life-changing ways. And just really want to be grateful to the ancestors for being present here tonight in this space too, and for really opening up our hearts here in this space, because I can really feel them weaving through our hearts as we're all being woven together, moving as an organism. Yes, this spell is really connecting us. It's so powerful. I'm so grateful to the tension and that pressure. Yeah, it's very
Oh
Cancer.
my
Yes.
goodness. I love that you're bringing in the pressure. Like, especially the pressure to be perfect, no matter how we tried. And oh my goodness, Boone and I learned so much. We spent literally the one entire day just on settings. And I never once cried, yelled. It was just fascinating every step of the way. Wait till you see how these live streams will go down from here on out if I can figure it out. How did you describe it, Edgar? I said labyrinth, but you said something else that was way better.
I'm not sure if I remember.
I'll tell everybody later if I recall. But Edgar, can you take a minute to please tell us any way that we can support you, anything that you have going on right now? Thank you for all the hearts in the chat. I love it
Thank you,
so
everyone.
much, honeys.
So
Oh
much
my
love,
goodness, we love
everyone.
you so much. Olivia gave us, it must be 77 hearts. It's so
Oh.
special. Hello, Angel. It's good to see you. Hello, Meg. Oh my goodness, this is so nice.
So much love. Yeah, and so grateful to everyone. I feel like this, just being here and, connecting with us is everything. Really, yeah, being a community is everything, and feeling connected to each other is everything. And yeah, I feel so supported. I feel so loved, and I definitely have some very exciting things that are emerging in my life and that I'm going to be sharing soon, and would love everyone's support to just continue to expand together and grow together. And I'm also so excited to show up and expand with you and expand with our community and to celebrate each other. And I feel so much growth for all of us. And I want to also, show up for others, and people let me know how I can show up for you too. And we are here for each other. We're a part of each other's web, and we are transforming with Gaia. We are working with Gaia, and we are connecting with Gaia and all of the sacred indigenous Black and brown queer trans expansive people that are connecting with Gaia as well.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that, Edgar. Well, you keep us all on the edge of our seat because it just never stops. There's just this becomes that. I mean, look, you were in Oklahoma when we cast that spell in January. You were just leaving. You were in Oklahoma with perpetual flowering. Didn't you come back just especially?
I did, yeah,
That's what I thought.
definitely.
It just blows my mind how much has changed since then. So
I know, and I'm so excited for our next portal spell, and that will have different settings and be
yes.
in a different space with
Oh,
our
wait till you
beautiful
see.
community.
Seriously, Edgar, I'm so excited. Edgar sent me some gorgeous videos, and I cannot even begin to tell you how excited I am for the possibilities. It's amazing.
Yes.
So on my account, I just want to let you know it's been life-changing for me to begin my Patreon. Over at Patreon, we are creating a bespoke candle service for a certain tier. There's another tier where I will literally mail you artwork every month. Thank you so much for everybody that's jumped in. I had no idea what it was going to happen over there, but that's also showed me the limitlessness to magic
Yes.
because magic is alive. It's just nothing but change. So believe in your
Yes.
magic, sweethearts,
Yes.
and know that you're just absolute, all just such blessings in my life. Say a little prayer for my daddy, who's at 86 getting a hip, not a hip, but a knee replaced on Friday. So we won't have a live stream on Friday, which just came out today. So it's perfect that we're gathering here now.
Yeah.
And just remember that you're the magic, that you are the spell. And thank you
Yes.
so much for being
Yes.
here, Edgar. I
Thank
just love you
you
so
so
much,
much.
honeys.
I love you so much too. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you, Angela, for inviting me here to your beautiful platform, your beautiful nest, and so much love to our wonderful connections here. Thank you so much, everyone, for all your love and care. And for, I can, even though I couldn't read your words, I could feel you so profoundly. And I'm so excited to go back through that chat later.
Absolutely. I'm going to linger for a moment so I can make sure that I
Yes,
keep it together and make sure that I keep the chat in. But thank you
definitely.
so much, Bonnie, for sending us some spider webs in the chat. They're
Thank
gorgeous.
you.
Oh my goodness, Sunstar, we love you so much and congratulations. Oh my gosh, Sunstar and I get to play at the Modern Witches
I
Conference
know,
at
so
Palos. I'm
exciting.
so excited, so proud. And I'm so like selfishly, fuck yeah, I love that shielding magic that you're doing.
Yes.
It's so good. It's so radiates that gorgeous sun power.
Mm.
The magic of protection is something that I'm just like, I'm a brat. I need it. I want it. So, sweethearts, thank you for being here. It's just so special. Chloe Ann, loving you so much. And everybody, oh my goodness, it's so nice. Baby Reckon, love you so much. Good. I'm glad you're here. So I'm just going to have Boone in face in here for a second. My comfort creature. That's what I
Beautiful.
literally call Boone my comfort creature. Make sure that when I stop this, because I haven't ever gone on YouTube and Zoom at the same time. I want to make sure I hold the chat.
You just
Oh, I don't. Can we
Yeah.
pull the YouTube back up, baby? Okay, there it is. So I want to make sure that I keep this chat.
Yeah, I want to read the chat.
I know for sure. Okay, here we go. We're looking at dots. I never ever take the chat away. I think you have to put effort into it to take the chat away, Edgar. So I'm going to imagine we're in great shape and I'll update the description and everything.
Oh my
Thaddeus,
goddess.
thank you so much for taking
Thank you,
such good care of your
Thaddeus.
lover. You're so special. Miss you. See you soon, I hope.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you, Boone, for all your help.
Oh, the best. So lucky. You cuties. So I'm not even sure. I guess I just turn off the Zoom.
I guess.
So there we go. Does everybody like my Glinda the Good Witch costume?
It's amazing. I
So is
love it
yours,
so
Edgar. I
much.
love it. I would swap
Yeah.
you. You would look so good in this.
Oh, yes, definitely love the poofy.